Thank you. You know, the classic form of comedy always came in two parts, the setup and the punchline. What I said just now was the setup. Here is the punchline. Ladies and gentlemen, Sal Richards.
This guy is gotta be one of the funniest guys that I ever heard in my life. And I mean, I heard them all.
He has a brilliant electricity on the stage, a basic natural charisma.
Sal's kind of like a Renaissance man / Sammy Davis Jr. He's the all-around entertainer.
As a young boy growing up in Ridgewood, Brooklyn, Salvatore Giovia would dream of one day being like one of his idols.
So I go on stage, and what I find myself doing jokes that I had heard before from the other comics. And I wound up entertaining the audience, bringing on the other acts. The guy wound up hiring me, and I wound up staying on for 10 weeks as the house comic, and plus playing with the band. So I was making an extra $50 a week. Wow, I was in show business.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Victorian House very proudly presents Mr. Entertainment himself, Mr. Sal Richards.
The 60s were a desperate struggle to make ends meet for Sal and Roseanne. Through it all, their love for one another never failed. In 1963, they celebrated the birth of their first son, Sal Jr. 16 months later, in 1965, their son Guy was born. With a wife and 2 kids to support, Sal had to work twice as hard to find his next gig.
I'd get on that stage like nothing was ever bothering me. Nobody would ever know that I had a problem. That when I got whatever money I got that day or that weekend would be gone by Monday morning to pay off whoever came up in the hat that day.
To be honest with you, if I didn't have my parents and his parents, I don't know where the food would come from. That's God's honest truth.
And it just was not easy. It was not easy.
I always told Sal, you better get a day job. This stuff is really, it's going to drag you down a little bit. But Sal had the persistence of a freight train, put it that way, and there was no way to stop him.
I got popular. People started to know about Sal Richards, finally. What are you bothering me for? It's your holiday. You clean it up. Go to Mulberry Street, different size. I think I just kicked the shit out of a ghost.
And you know, for all the good times and all the fabulous accolades and the highs of his life, naturally everybody has low times.
It was October 16th, 1984. We lost our son, Sal Jr. He was only 21 years old.
When Sal Jr. passed away, Sal fell apart. My husband fell apart. We all fell apart.
My father crashed. He wanted to quit show business and just quit everything because my brother had passed on.
I said, how can I make people laugh? They don't deserve to laugh. Because I was angry. I was very angry. I said, I don't want to make anybody laugh. What for? Why should they laugh and I got to cry? You're nobody until somebody loves you. You're nobody until somebody cares. You may be king, you may possess the world and its gold. Gold won't bring you happiness when you're growing old. The world is the same. You'll never change it. As sure as the stars
shine.